You're here because you want to learn how to put an upper control arm on your Toyota, whether that's a Tacoma, an FJ, a 4Runner, whatever it is, they're all pretty much the same. So no messing around, no long-winded talks about nothing. We're just going to put these on and show you how to do it. Let's get to it. First up, you obviously take your wheel off. Then you're going to grab a 10 mil and loosen off the ABS line brackets so they don't stretch and break. Take this off so that there's lots of play there. Now you'll remove your ball joint nut and then screw it back on just a few threads so when you pop it off, it doesn't pop off and break anything or go flying. A few threads. A few whacks with a hammer and that thing will pop right off. So as you can probably tell, Spencer's truck looks a little different. That's because he's already running aftermarket upper control arms. We're changing them because we want to do a long-term test on the SBC control arms because they've updated the ball joints and stuff. So subscribe if you want to see that video. But because he's already done these upper control arms, he's already done a couple things that you'll have to do when you're doing this for the first time. So this sheet metal needs to be bent back to allow space for this bolt to come out the front. You'll notice that his is already all mangled. You can do it a lot cleaner than that. Just grab some channel locks or some other pliers and just kind of give it a little bend back. The other thing you'll notice is that this has gussets on it. So that's another aftermarket thing to strengthen this whole section. Yours won't have that. Don't worry about it. It doesn't really change anything. The only thing that's going to be different is yours will have washers here instead of this gusset. So there's also clips here that you're gonna have to pop out to get the harness out of the way in the back. Just like so. Then you're gonna grab your 19 mil and loosen off that nut and use a punch or whatever you have to knock that bolt back out. Speaking of useful tools, another great tool that I use a lot is Onyx Off-Road. Just a simple app that you download and put on your phone. And it has so many details that things like Google Maps just don't have. Actually, just last weekend, a friend of mine sent me a trailhead pin on Google Maps to a waterfall. And he's like, I think it's around here. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna check Onyx. And literally the waterfall was labeled with the hiking trail to it. And we could drive straight to that pin, whereas the one that he sent was like a few kilometers off. So it's super awesome to just be able to go in and confidently go exactly where you want instead of, going on Google Maps and using that. Because honestly, before I started using Onyx, before we started doing these integrations, I was like, just use Google Maps, it's fine. But now that I actually use Onyx Off-Road a lot, it's got way more details and it's just a super useful and awesome app. So if you want 20% off of your Onyx subscription, use the link below or use the QR code, and let's get back to this video. The bolt is a little tricky to get out, but there's a few holes and little gaps that you can wiggle it out through. Then you're just going to take that nut you left on off of the ball joint and your arm is out. Now it's time to reverse the whole process and throw the new arm back in. So the only other thing you're gonna have to deal with that we're not gonna do on here is because of the gussets, we don't have to do any washers, but you'll have to put these big washers on the outsides of the control arm. And that's just, you know what washers do. But yeah, the one thing I will say is when you're pulling this bolt out or you're putting it in and you have these washers on here, a lot of time they get cammed and the bolt is stuck and you can't get it in. And especially because it gets stuck on this metal. So if you just are conscious of that and always wiggle it so that it's loose, then you'll get the bolt in, and you just have to work it that way. In this case, we're going up from the bottom and we don't have to deal with these washers, so easy breezy, let's go. Because the bolt is kind of annoying to put in from the top, Spencer wanted us to put it in from the bottom, so that's what we're doing. The thing about that is it can fall out, so you want to Loctite the snot out of that bolt, as well as torque it to spec, and even drill a hole through it and put a cotter pin just for safety. Finally, you're gonna torque all the bolts to spec. The ball joint should have a spec from whichever arm you're using, but the stock one is 81 foot-pounds, and then that upper control arm bolt is 85 foot-pounds. Finally, make sure that you put those wiring harnesses back, put the ABS line back, and you're done. So a big benefit of going with SPCs over any other arm is that you can adjust this upper ball joint. So what you do is you can set your lower alignment how you need it, and then you can move this ball joint in or out, and that's going to change your camber so you can play with camber a lot easier. You can also play with your caster by taking this nut off and this washer, and you lift this up, and there's this keyed washer that goes in the bottom, and that lets you twist this in any direction, and so you can move the tire forward or back at the top of the spindle. That's going to give you either more tire clearance or more caster, whichever way you're needing to go. So they're super adjustable, which is an awesome part about having these arms. The problem is that the ball joints were always just garbage. So they didn't last, which made them kind of impractical. So we're hoping that that has changed with these new ball joints, but we'll find out. At least Spencer will. All right, so that really wraps it up. It's honestly a pretty straightforward process. One thing you'll notice, like everything on the other side will be the exact same, except for one little tiny difference, which is there's a bracket in here that also needs to be undone. It's just underneath the battery. Other than that, you're pretty much golden. Everything's the same. So the one thing you're gonna have to do after all this is done is bring it to us for an alignment, or if you're not local, to whatever alignment shop you trust. But yeah, throw your wheel on, torque the wheels up, and you're done. If this video was helpful at all for you, or if there's other things that you wanna learn how to do on your truck, drop a comment below, like, subscribe, all the YouTubey things, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, and happy wheeling.